Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and it's time we do this video that I do this video. I'm the one that has been putting it off. It's time for me to do it. Welcome to a book haul. I'm looking next to me. I have 4 bags, several stacks of books to get through, so I'm not gonna waste anyone's time. I meant to do this video like a while back, but then I didn't feel like it, and then the longer I waited, the worse the problem got because I kept buying more books. So today is the day that I finally get my shit together and do this. This is about to be a long video, I can already tell, so strap in. I'm about to show you every book that I bought since the last time I did a book haul, which I think was like before the summer started. And I think if you go back and watch that video, that was, I think, the book haul where I said I was not going to buy any more books during the summer. We don't need to talk about that. I might have lied, but we all lie. We're all low-key liars in a way, so like, give me a break. I don't even know how many books this is. I might have to count afterward, but I feel like it's definitely like damn near 50. Maybe more. Just as a disclaimer before I actually get started, I might be missing a few. I can't remember what I bought the last couple 5-6 months. So some books I might have bought the last 6 months that you're not seeing, but that's because I can't remember when I bought them, and I don't feel like going all the way back to my other book haul from months ago to figure out what is new and what is not. So this is what I remember buying. And this in itself is ridiculous. Like, I have such a problem, but we are not going to talk about it. In future videos, if you see a book that I did not mention in the haul, just assume that I bought it in the time frame between that book haul and this one. And I just forgot to bring it up, okay? Let's get started. First set of books that I have are part of a series. I have finally bought the 5th season trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I don't think that's the name of the trilogy. No, this trilogy is called the Broken Earth trilogy, but the first book in the series is called the 5th season. I've heard nothing but great things about N.K. Jemisin. I think I brought this up in my last book haul. Like I said, I ended up buying, what's the other book? The City We Became, which is I think her other series or duology, but I know that this one is like her most hyped up one. So I saw it in used. As you guys know, I am a used book girly. If I see it in used, I'm gonna get it. All 3 of these were in used, so I bought them. They are in my possession. Who knows when I will read them. Actually, no, not gonna lie, I feel like because they're on my shelf, like all 3 of them are, I might start and finish these soon. The reason why I don't finish series is simply because if I don't have the next book already, like physically or on my Kindle or whatever, then I'm just not going to read it right away. Whereas these I got all in one go. So yeah, I'm hoping to get to those soon because I'm really excited about them. However, I have not touched them since I bought them. Next book I have is a book that's really pretty from another author that I read for the first time this year. A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leong. This is the author that wrote This Time It's Real. If you guys don't remember, that's a YA novel that I read I think all the way back in the spring. I read it because my coworker loved it and asked me to read it, and I did, and I ended up loving it. And I'm so curious as to what this is going to be because I think this is her first adult fantasy. I'm pretty sure she's written like a few YA romance novels here and there, but this is like her first adult one, I'm pretty sure. And she keeps on pumping out novels, this author, because I'm pretty sure she has another one coming out next year as well. I'm sad because look guys, this book is stunning. I'm kind of gagged. I remember seeing this in the bookstore and I was like, best believe I'm getting it. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah. I have not read it yet though. It's been collecting dust here. I think, not gonna lie, I think this is a perfect book to start for next year. And I think it's a standalone. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think she writes series. So I think this is a standalone, which makes me even more excited. I'm gonna try to stack all of the books on my desk. We're gonna see by the end of this video if my face ends up covered by books because I have so many to get through. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Next book is one by an author, a romance author specifically, that I've been wanting to read for a while. Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If it's not, I'm so sorry. I got this while I was at the bookstore. I've been wanting to read something from her for forever, it seems like, until I finally got this book. And I also got The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. Oh, I broke a nail. No, That's annoying. Ow, 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 ow. That was gonna bother me if I didn't break it off myself in this video. Okay. Yeah, I got both of these. When I will read them, I don't know, but I've heard really good things about Jasmine Glory's books, and they're so cute. Like, I always love the covers, and I just thought, you know, whenever the time comes and I'm in the mood for like a quick, easy romance, she might be the first author that I pick up. Next, I'm kind of just picking through random bags, but I feel like there should be a system that I swear, if you guys were to see the piles and bags in front of me right now, you would be like, girl, collect yourself. And I'm sorry, I can't do that. I don't know where to pick from though. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Okay, the next book that I have is also one that I got and used, but one that I've been wanting to read for a minute. This is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I've heard really good things about this, specifically on TikTok, but the side of TikTok that I trust, so I bought it. I know nothing about the author. I think this is her first book. I know that she was originally like a fanfic author, and so a lot of like her fan base on fanfic websites went and gave this a lot of hype, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about it since. I know that she's put out like maybe 1 or 2 other books. Haven't heard anything about those, but this one, from what I've heard, is really good, really spicy. Could be fun, could be fun. Also, the cover is stunning. I don't know, I love the art for this cover. I think it's so pretty. This stack is starting to like hit my TV. Let me see if I can like turn my TV a bit. I'm gonna need all the space I can get. Oh wait, I forgot another book. Hold on. I felt weird introducing this next book if I didn't have the other book that I bought by this author. But the thing is, I forgot to put this in the pile because I technically read this months ago without even owning it. I bought Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating by Abida Hygardar. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Again, if it's not, I'm so sorry. But if you guys don't remember, I read this back in, I think, was it last year that I read this? I don't remember, but I remember really liking this. This is such a cute YA sapphic romance, so I ended up buying it. And then I also bought The Henna Wars by the same author. I have not read this yet. I really want to though, simply because of how much I liked Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating. I thought that this was so freaking cute, and so I have high hopes for this one. I also really like the art style of both covers. There really should have been a system, a way of me doing this that's not like stressing me out, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay, the next book I have in my collection is a book that I love, that you guys might know I love, might not. I don't know. I don't really talk about this author much on my channel, but I do really love them. So when I saw this special edition of her book in the bookstore, I immediately yanked it off the shelf and bought it. Circe by Madeline Miller. Guys, look at this. Let's just take a moment. Let's take a moment to just like appreciate the artistry. And yes, it's used. Come on now, come on now. I'm pretty sure this is the Bloomsbury edition, so that's why it looks like this, because Bloomsbury, they usually have a really pretty cover. And so I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm taking it. I've already read this book. I love it. I also read Song of Achilles, one of my favorite books of all time, and I've just come to the conclusion that if I see a pretty copy of Madeline Miller's books, I'm gonna have to buy it. She's one of the few authors that I will buy multiple copies of the same book for, simply because of how much I love her writing and her stories. And also, look at this. Like, I'm sorry, look at the reflection. Ooh, and I'm pretty sure there's another copy of Circe somewhere in one of these bags too, but it doesn't beat out this one. This one is the one, in my opinion. Now, the next book is one that I have not read, but that I really, really want to. I bought it in hopes I can read it before the end of the year. Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. Now, this book I've been hearing about for years. This book is one that is so popular that it has been on my radar since like I was a kid, basically. But I feel like this year is the time to read it, because I know that it is a dystopia that takes place in the year of 2024, and it has something to do with like climate change and just like the earth and how stuff like that can heavily impact a society. And I know that this was made way back when, like, I don't know, let me actually check because I really don't know. Okay, yeah, so this book was made like in the 90s, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of people have been reading it this year because it's set in 2024, and apparently Octavia Butler is a seer or something, because she really predicted, not predicted, but like foreshadowed a bit what could happen And that mindset kind of scares me a bit, which is why I put off reading this for so long. But I do want to read this, so this might be one of my next reads in December. Now the next books are ones that I ordered off of Amazon that I haven't even opened yet, but I know what these are. I know what these are because I think I brought them up in my last video. As you guys know, I recently got rid of my Percy Jackson books because I decided that I wanted the OG covers a little bit more than the newer covers, so that's what I got. I also got these used as well, used through Amazon. I've never done before, so I don't know, but these are the ones that I want. I don't really care how banged up they look, I just like these covers more. So yeah, I got the box set of the first 3, and then when I went to the used bookstore, I went and got the last 2 in person. So I have officially all of them now, which is very, very exciting. I like these covers a lot more. I don't know, they just give more of what the story is about, in my opinion, and I don't mind that they're like dinged up or anything. You guys know me, I don't need to keep explaining this. I'm a sucker for like a good used book. I think that some books look better when they're used, some books look better when they're new, but especially when it comes to like these older copies, I like it when books look like they've been loved. I can't wait to annotate these because I feel like these copies might be a little bit more fun for me to go back and annotate. Okay, next book that I got is one that my coworker told me to get, so I got it. I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me by Jamison She. I don't know nothing about this book. I got it in October thinking that I was going to read it in October, but then as you guys know, October ended up being the vampire book month. So, but look at the cover. This cover eats. At some point I'll read it. I don't know when, but it's in my collection now, so that's all that matters. As some of you may or may not know, ever since I read The Hunger Games for the first time last year, I've been wanting to own the hardback covers of the books, and so I've slowly been collecting them over time. I have now officially all of them except for Mockingjay, but this is one that I recently bought, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yay. Yeah, I recently got this. Very happy to add it to my Hunger Games collection. I've been waiting for this one to pop up and used for a bit, not gonna lie, but because it was the newest one, it was gonna take a minute for it to be in used, and I'm finally happy that it's in my collection. Like, this is so exciting to me. I can't wait to go back and read this physically, because the first time I read it, I think it was on audio or maybe on my Kindle, I don't remember. The last books in this bag, this first bag, are a duology that I have been interested in for years, and I've never read anything by this author, but this is a duology that I think I might like. The Deadly Education duology, I think that's what it's called, by Naomi Novik. I've not heard any bad reviews of this duology. Granted, I've only ever heard people talk about the first book. I have heard nothing about the second one, so I don't know, but my curiosity has piqued. It has peaked. Next books I have are in the Riordan universe. I bought used hardcovers of the last 3 books of Heroes of Olympus. When will I be reading this? I don't know, but because I have spent money on these books, I assume I will be reading them soon. The only thing that's stopping me is the fact that I don't have the first 2 on hardcover. All I saw were the last 3, so I went and I bought them, and they have slowly been collecting dust. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like dust flying. I haven't touched these since I bought them because I've been waiting for the first 2 to come in, and they haven't, so I might just have to order those off Amazon as well, which I don't like doing, but there's no reason why I shouldn't have read these by now. I've been talking about reading the Heroes of Olympus series for years, and I think the only thing that's stopping me at this point is, again, not owning every book in the series. I need to get all of them, and then once I see it on my shelf, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a book that I promised myself that I would read. Let me read that. You know, that's like my kind of math. It's not girl math per se, it's like Marina math. What's the next book that I have? Oh, I forgot that I got this book. A lot of these books I forgot about. We don't have to talk about it. A lot of these books have been literally collecting dust in these bags because I don't feel like taking them out and reorganizing my bookshelf. Which, by the way, because I have all of these books that have been untouched in bags, I do need to put them on my shelf soon. So if you guys want to see a book reorganization, bookshelf reorganization video, let me know, because it's something that has to get done. These bags have been on my floor just taking up space, and I need them on my shelf. I'm just too lazy. But I feel like now that I'm doing this haul finally, I can do the book reorganization, bookshelf reorganization video if you guys want. Tangent over. A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This is a romance book that has been on my radar for years. Let me tell you, years. I've heard amazing things about this. However, I didn't like the cover, so I didn't get it. I knew that a new edition was coming out sometime this year, or was it last year? I don't remember. So I was like, maybe at some point I'll get that edition, but I then forgot about it until I saw it in the bookstore, and I was like, oh, let me snatch this up. So yeah, A Love Letter to Whiskey. This might be like a read that will be getting done soon, because when I tell you that I've been wanting to read this book for years, I mean it. Like, oh, I totally forgot that I bought it. That's though, like, which is so funny, but not. I need to do better. And then we also have Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Moore. I have heard people like this book, and I've heard other people not like this book. So this could, again, be a toss-up. But I bought it because my coworker said that she loves it, and we have the same taste. So I trust her enough. Me and my coworkers, our reading tastes are kind of like this for the most part. So I'm willing to give books that they like recommendations. Like me, my friends, we're locked in when it comes to our book taste. So I try to give what they like a chance, they try to give what I like a chance, and then we get back to each other later on. This one though, I have not picked up and read yet. I really want to. I don't know anything about it, so don't ask me why I want to read it, other than the fact that my friends want me to. Next book is one that I've read. It's a graphic novel that I read for school that I loved, and I went to order it because I needed to own it immediately. Bingo Love by T. Franklin. This graphic novel, just looking at it, makes me so freaking happy. I love this graphic novel. I kind of want to reread it. I read it for my last semester. It was a part of an African-American literature studies, and my professor for that class was so dope. She had us reading books of all grades for all ages, so like nothing was strictly left out because it wasn't seen as academic. So she had us reading this cute ass graphic novel about two African-American women who fall in love in the 60s, but due to like reasons, because of living in the 60s, they get separated, but then they reunite at like a bingo game when they're like old. And then they like find love again, even though like they have their own separate lives and stuff to deal with. And it's just really wholesome, really cute. I highly recommend this. Oh, I forgot I bought this. Okay. You might hear me say that a lot, so sorry, but I really did forgot. I forgot that I bought it, sorry. Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abike Ayemide. This author wrote Ace of Spades, so therefore I trust her with my life. And it's as simple as that. I don't know what this book is about. All I know is that again, this is another book that I bought with the intention of reading in October, and then I flipped the script and read a bunch of vampire books instead. But best believe this book will be getting read at some point, hopefully soon. I'm hoping that I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Ace of Spades. I'm pretty sure just like Ace of Spades, there's like a dark academia feel, but also I feel like this is also like a little bit more of a horror YA, as opposed to like Ace of Spades, which is kind of like a murder mystery type thing, or like just a mystery in general. Because of how much I loved her previous book, I'm willing to give this a chance. Also, the cover is an eat, in my opinion. Yes, okay, so I bought a hardcover of Sorcery of Thorns. As you guys know, I read this book for the first time this year. This was my first Margaret Rogerson book, and so I was like, oh, you're coming home with me. I feel like this cover is just so pretty that I was like, you know what, let me get this in hardback. Also, I think this is a special edition. Yeah, it's signed as well. Oh, there's dust. Guys, I have not touched these books in forever. There's dust flying everywhere. I love this book enough that I wanted the hardcover, so guys, there's like 4 going on 5 piles of books next to me, and I still have so many more books to go. I'm gonna have just to start stacking them on the floor, I guess. Like, I don't really know what else to do. But that's another bag down. I have big and small bags, so now that I'm going through the small bags, I feel like I'm getting through this pretty quickly. Progress. The last bag before we get into the stacks on the floor. This bag has books that I bought recently, as in like the past week. So we're finally all caught up a little bit, okay? First books I want to acknowledge are the Shannon Maguire books that I bought. This is for the Portal Fantasy series that she has going on. I don't really know what the name of the series is though. I know that I've been wanting to read it for a minute. The first book in the series is Every Heart a Doorway, and then the second, I don't know if this is the second book now that I think about it, but I know it's one of the books. Down Among the Sticks and Bones. Both of these are portal fantasy, having to do with kids who are in foster care. Each kid gets their own book, and I'm pretty sure each book follows the kid when they go through a portal, and the portal makes them enter into like a life that they want, a life that they prefer, or just like a life that they don't know that they need, where they encounter people and learn lessons that help them in their regular life. From what I understand, that's what this series is. I've been talking about wanting to read this for years. Like if you go back in my old videos on my previous channel, I brought up this series a few times, and I saw both of these in used and I was like, oh, let me get them. None of the bookstores that I see have these books in them, and I don't like buying off Amazon, so I've just been waiting, and then they came in used and I got them. Yeah, I'm excited to get to those, to be honest. I feel like when I'm in the mood for like a quick comfort read, because they're also like super thin, I might get to those. The next two are arcs. There's a kids arc, and I think this is a YA arc. The first book is Afia in the Land of Wonders. I'm pretty sure this is intermediate middle grade. And then this one is Gate to Kagoshima. And that's all I can say because I don't know anything about them. I got them from my job and I have yet to read them. They both don't come out until next year though. I'm pretty sure Gate to Kagoshima comes out in February, and then the middle grade one comes out in April, so I got time. Coming to the point where the books are starting to cover up my face. What did I say? What did I say? Anyway, ooh, okay, next book is one that you guys know I'm excited for, that I will be reading within the year. If you guys want a video of like books that I want to get to before the end of the year, let me know, because there's like a list of books that I do want to read, but I don't know if I want to make a reading vlog for that or just like a list video. Let me know. But this is one of the books that I do want to get to. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. If you know, you know. Before I Let Go was literally my entire personality. That book changed my life last year, and now the sequel is out, and I think the third book's coming out next year, and I really need to catch up. This book came out I think during the spring, and I have yet to read it. That's a crime. So this book will be getting read sometime soon. I don't know how soon, but definitely before the end of the year. Let's see how tall this stack is going to be. Actually, no, let's not, because I still have so many to go. That's so dangerous. Next book is one that again, I think I mentioned in my previous unhaul that I said that I would be getting. The collector's edition of Red, White, and Royal Blue. Guys, I got it. And it's so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. History, huh? Oh, you guys know this is it for me. Like, this is literally, again, my whole personality. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I love this book. So when I saw that I had the chance to get the collector's edition, I yanked it and I bought it. So enough of that. Enough of that. Okay, yeah, so this is the copy of Circe that I mentioned before that I bought. This is the book of the month copy. I just felt the need to get it because I've always wanted to own Circe in hardcover, and this is I think the closest I'm gonna have to get without spending like a pretty penny. So yeah. Oh, I can't reach my water bottle because the books are in my way. This is a book that I'm excited to get to, but I don't know what I will get to it. But I bought it because it's like a special edition of it, and I like it. Beloved by Toni Morrison. I have yet to read a Toni Morrison book, so this is kind of sort of like exciting for me. I've wanted to read a Toni Morrison book. I just haven't found the motivation or the time to, but she is such a well-known and loved author that I feel like I'm kind of like missing out a bit. I have a fear of missing out. I do have FOMO, it's true. So I might get to this, I just don't know when. It depends on my mood, because I know that her books aren't like the happiest. So I might just have to postpone for when I'm feeling a little bit depressed. It depends on how I'm feeling. Okay, this is crazy. Marina, you need to get your shit together. I was gonna say we only have a few more left. That's a lie technically, but we're gonna keep moving, guys. We're gonna keep moving. The next one is one that I will be reading soon. Not a lie, I will be reading this soon. Lore of the Wilds by Annalee Sabrana. I mentioned last year that this is in my most anticipated reads, and yet I have not gotten to it, and I think that's ridiculous because I think this came out in February, and this is something that I recently bought. I saw it in the books and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me get it. So I have it now, and it will be getting read. I love this cover. I can't stress enough how much I love this cover. I think I brought it up in my anticipated releases that the cover is what drew me in. And then I also followed the author on TikTok, so I know a fair amount about this book to still be interested in it. I just have not picked it up. Now onto the stacks on the floor. One of these stacks is bigger than the other for reasons. So I'm gonna do this for, the first stack I'm gonna do is a smaller one, okay? Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a bookmark in the middle of it, like right in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of reading this right now, and you guys might see that in a future video, maybe. But yeah, I bought this when it first came out. I started it, then stopped, and then I picked it back up a week ago. So we'll see how it goes. I bought it, I own it, it's stunning, it's gorgeous, but I was never worried about that. Best believe, when it comes to the Legacy of Orisha series, I'm never worried about if the books are gonna look pretty. Now, whatever is happening on the inside though, you know what, we're not gonna talk about that in this video. We're gonna keep it classy, we're gonna keep it nice. Okay, the next books, I'm gonna try to scoot these back. I'm feeling claustrophobic looking at myself in the lens. I feel like I'm closing in on myself. I told you guys that I started Interview with the Vampire. I read Interview with the Vampire back in September and I hated it. Well, I bought the Vampire Chronicles collection. So this collection has the first 3 books in it. As you can see, I have a bookmark here. This space here, this is Interview with the Vampire. This was the book that I read that took up a whole month in September. The other 2 books are The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned. I thought I might as well just get the collector's edition instead of buying the 3 books separately, so that's what I did. I have no regrets because I am still excited to read the sequels, because a lot of fans of Interview with the Vampire say that the first book is trash, but the sequels are what makes it worth reading, which I think is so fascinating as a concept, because this isn't the first time I've heard that when it comes to series. Like, everyone's like, oh, the first book is so not good, but you're gonna love the sequels. You're just gonna have to read like 300 to 400 pages of a book that you aren't gonna like. Like, what kind of logic? But I did end up doing that. I did, because I wanted to have hopes that I would love it as much as the show. You guys know this. I'm not going to bore you with the details. But I do own it, so I will be reading the other 2 books. I don't know when, though. I kind of need to take a break from Anne Rice. The next 2, I'm going to show 2 of these because they're both arcs. First arc is by Farah Rochon. This is Pardon My Frenchie. I'm pretty sure this one came out. Yeah, this came out in the summer, but my friend who was in New York got an arc of this, and I think it's a signed arc too, so I'm keeping it. Never read anything by this author though, that I know of, I think. And then the other arc is a book that does not come out until May of 2025, A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. Don't know nothing other than romantasy and possible dragons, question mark. Based off of the cover, I'm assuming there are dragons in here, but I don't really know nothing about this. I took it because it looked kind of cool, but I need to stop doing that. This next book is one that you guys know that I own because I read it in my vampire reading vlog. Immortal Dark by Tigist Girma. Say less. I don't need to explain myself. You guys know how I feel about that book. I already read it and now I own it and it's never leaving my shelf. It's never leaving my shelf. And then the next book that I have is one that I read back in the summertime, again due to one of my friends' recommendations. The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. This is a Mulan retelling that I really loved, and I highly recommend you guys read it. It's autographed, and something about an autographed copy will get me to do stupid shit like buy it. But it is a pretty book though. Like, I don't know how to feel about the sprayed edges, but the book itself is like kind of pretty. I like it. Yeah. So I bought it. This is ridiculous. I'm feeling claustrophobic. Let me see if I can like move you over a bit. We're on the last stack, and this last stack is gonna get done right now because they're all a part of a series. As you guys know, I need to like get my legs ready because I'm about to be picking up a lot of books at once. As you guys know, I have been waiting to own this series forever so that I can reread it when I am ready. And I think now that I have officially bought all of the books in this series, I am ready to read it. Now, can I pick it up is the question. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. Okay, I have bought every book in the Addicted to You / Calloway Sister series. I don't know, like these books are bigger than me. So, but here is all of them. I officially bought all of them. When I will be rereading them, I don't know, but I'm assuming soon. Every time I look at these on my shelf, I do want to reread them just to see if I'm gonna like them as much as I did years ago, because these books are the ones that low-key got me back into reading. I know I say this about like a few books, but like it's between these and like 4 other ones that I was reading at the same time that I was like, these books are perfection, and I really loved them back in like 2020 or 2021 when I read them. So let's hope that I do now. And these are like the new covers. I've always wanted to own these, but the older covers were so ugly that I was like, I'm not owning those until they update them. And they did. They updated every single one. So I own them now, and the stack is so heavy. I'm not putting this on my desk. This is not going to fit as a stack on my desk. I'm gonna have to put it back on the floor. But I do own every single one of them. All 10 of those books, and I can't wait to read them. They're like perfectly stacked on my shelf too, and they look so pretty next to each other. But yeah, those are the last books of this haul. Gonna be getting to those probably at the beginning of next year. I kind of, like I said, I want to do a reading vlog for me rereading those books. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. I mean, I'm gonna do it regardless, but like hearing you guys say that you are interested will make me feel more encouraged to do it. That's it. That's this haul. Let me show you guys what this looks like over here. My point of view, okay? Stacks on 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 big stack. Whew. Let's just be clear, right? Like, this could be worse. That's what I tell myself to make myself feel better. This could be worse, hypothetically speaking. I feel like you guys are tilted. Oh no. But no, I'm kind of scared to count this. Should I count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was right. Oh my god, that's like 53 books. I think that's the most I've ever hauled at once. You guys know I have recently unhauled books. Now, I didn't unhaul 50 books, so I really don't know how all of this is gonna fit on my shelf, but that's a problem for my reorganization video, which will come out if you guys want it, because I could low-key do this off camera, but I feel like, again, the motivation comes from encouragement. So if you guys would like to see it, I could film it. But I have a lot of space to work with, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at my shelves, and it's the fair amount of space that I have for these books. I just need to figure out how I want them to look instead of just putting them in random places. So yeah, that's another mission though, for a different video, different time, different place. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you. If you would like to follow me on social media, I mostly interact on Twitter. Not my book Twitter, but my new main account. So if you would like to follow me on there, go ahead. All the other apps are linked down in the description below. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.